Hello everyone and welcome back to another Hot Wheels collector video. Hopefully this sounds a little bit better. I'm trying out a new mic, so if it doesn't, I apologise greatly for it. But anyways, today we're going to be looking at a very nice casting. This is the Honda Prelude from 1998. Given my opinion straight off the bat on this car in real life, I absolutely love this car in real life. I think it's an absolutely awesome car. Best generation of Prelude by far, and it just is phenomenal. And it's a really good first car too, because they're actually really cheap at the moment, especially here in the UK. You can get a good one for less than 5,000, and in my opinion that's a steal for a JDM car of this era, never mind of this look, which it looks absolutely awesome. In real life it looks awesome, and this is no exception when it's in Hot Wheels form. This is the Hot Wheels form version of it. This is in yellow, debuted in 2021. Again, some backstory on how I got this car. It appeared in a local B&M in the northeast where I am from, and this was in 2022. I believe it was like late 2022. Anyways, randomly those cases dropped. Very old cases, but I was extremely excited to see them because I wasn't collecting back when these were around. So there was some awesome stuff, and there's some stuff that I left behind and I just wish I hadn't, but what can you do? Anyways, let's actually look at the car without me rambling on a ton more, even though you guys probably quite like it when I give a bit of backstory and tell you why this car actually means a lot to me, and I really do like this car. So it's definitely, I think this is perhaps, I don't want to say this, but it's definitely one of my favourites. I don't know if it's my favourite. I think it might be. I've got quite a few favourites. It's really hard to pick. Anyways, we're already 2 minutes in and I haven't even talked about this car. This is in yellow and it looks absolutely phenomenal. So let's begin with the side. We don't have any tampo work on there, but we do have some lovely white rims, which these are really commonly used on muscle cars. But it actually looks really good on this JDM car because it actually gives the effect of having deep dish rims, which if you don't know is, it looks amazing on Japanese stuff, and it's very commonly done. So that looks awesome. They're in white obviously, and honestly loving it. So anyways, also it's worth mentioning this interior is not like any of the others. It's not just a black interior. We actually have a red interior, which I love as well. I think it makes it look a lot more sporty, and it really is, you know, in line with Honda's racing line, which is obviously the Type R stuff, which has obviously the red logo. And maybe this is a subtle hint towards that, with it having that red interior, showing that this is quite a sporty, souped up Prelude underneath the hood. We don't know though. Anyways, this was also, by the way, designed by Ryu Soda. Now, guy's great. He sadly passed away, I believe, it might have been last year, it might be a couple of years ago. I know that it was before I started collecting, so I'm not all clued up on that, but I do know that he sadly passed away. But this one is, I think, his best casting. I really do. So let's take a look at the front. We have hood tampo, which makes it a matte black, I believe. Yeah, let's have a look. Yeah, matte black. I never knew if it was glossy or matte, but it is matte black. We also have the Honda badge, and the headlights are created using the window glass, I'm pretty sure. So that's interesting, and they look great using that. And there's also like a tiny detail which I only noticed a tiny bit ago. The front fog lights have been tampoed. That is cool. I did not notice this when I got it, or for the months upon months I had it, until I think it was yesterday that I just picked this car up, looked at it and thought I'm going to do a review on it. But then I also noticed the fog lights, they're tampoed. I didn't notice that when I first got it, so that's absolutely awesome. Let's move on to the rest of the car. Also, by the way, there's tons to talk about with this car. It has wing mirrors. Love that. And I think, no, it hasn't been in premium. It's been like the mainline premium. So what I mean by that is like they're like a mainline, so they have like the mainline rims and they have the plastic base, but they have more tampo work, and they're kind of like that more premium standard in terms of details. So yeah, it was in that. It was kind of like a Japanese set of that, I believe. I don't know if that was last year. Last year. Anyways, this is the next side. This is very much the same as the last, other than it has the petrol cap or the gas cap, which depends where you're from. If you're American, I'm pretty sure you call it the gas. I'm not sure. But the rear is where this car stands out, I think. It's done amazingly. So, let's kick it off. So, real light tampos, which actually look really realistic. We also have the Honda badge, which is done in silver, as well as the Prelude, or Prelude, depending on how you say that as well, done in silver. And we also have a smaller badge, which I'm going to zoom in so you can hopefully read it. I don't know what the top bit says, but you can quite clearly see that it says VTEC. Again, if you don't know, that is Honda's like signature engine. It's what Honda's known for. VTECs are usually very revvy, so you know there's always that stereotype of that loud car that always drives through your street at midnight with a really loud exhaust on. That's kind of your Honda, like really screechy, and yeah. But this is a VTEC engine in this, and yeah, it's awesome. Also, there is like this carved out little hole, and people wondered what that is. I'm pretty sure, I'm not 100% sure, it might be either the boot or the trunk release, or it might be a like a keyhole where you can unlock it with a key. I'm pretty much sure that it's going to be a trunk release, but please correct me. Like, feel free to do that. And on the top of the car, let's go up. Oh, here we go. We have a lovely spoiler. Look at that, super nice, very accurate. And we also have a little aerial there. Can you see that little like shark fin looking thing? Yeah, that's the aerial. This car also has a sunroof, which honestly looks great. I think that just adds to the design of the car, even in real life. It looks great. That's about it for the car. It's very nice. It was first casted, hopefully you can see, in 2019, so like 2020 is when it was first debuted. But yes, that is a great car. I really like this one. So, what do I rate this one out of 10? Okay. I know some people may disagree with me on this one, and that's totally fine, because lots of people think JDM's very overrated, because it's all over the place, and Hot Wheels are really pushing that, and people are kind of crying about they're putting too much JDM stuff into their main lines and all that stuff. They should be focusing back on muscle cars, which is obviously Hot Wheels' origins. I like the JDM stuff more, muscle cars, but that's because I'm not from America, so I can't really speak for Americans. I know that most of you guys over there would 100% rather the muscle stuff, but this is going to be a 10 out of 10 for me. 10 out of 10. They've recolored it. It's been in white, and I believe that was in a 5-pack in 2022, the Night Burners 5-pack. And whilst it looked amazing, it did look really nice. I think this one looks better. I really do. I don't think there's anything they could have improved on this car, and I think it's just awesome. The casting's great, the colour schemes, it's absolutely great. Oh, and I should have mentioned this. The window is also slightly tinted. You can probably see this. There. It's slightly tinted. Again, that just kind of goes with the hood. So everything just matches up really nicely. And this is just a phenomenal car. This review's been longer than usual, so hopefully you enjoyed this longer review. And yeah, that's it. See you guys then in the next video. Also, like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new. Bye bye everyone.